What seemingly unrelated events caused the Civil War? Imagine a puzzle with pieces that seem disconnected at first glance. When you put them together, a picture of rising tension and conflict emerges. The Civil War did not happen overnight. It was the result of many small, seemingly unrelated events that built up over decades. One major piece was the debate over whether slavery could expand into new Western territories. Southern states wanted to keep slavery alive and growing because it supported their economy and political power. Northern states, however, increasingly opposed its spread, driven by moral concerns and economic differences. This clash over territorial slavery made tensions worse and made compromise harder. At the same time, the North and South had very different economies. The North was rapidly industrializing, building factories, railroads, and cities. The South stayed mostly agricultural, relying on cotton plantations and enslaved workers. These economic differences created contrasting social structures and political priorities, pushing the two regions further apart. Politics also played a big role. Laws like the Fugitive Slave Act required Northerners to return escaped slaves, which angered many in the North. The Compromise of 1850 temporarily eased tensions but also increased polarization. Political parties struggled to find common ground, and their failures made distrust grow. States started questioning the authority of the federal government. The idea of nullification, where states could reject federal laws, gained popularity in the South. Some Southern states even talked about secession or leaving the Union, especially if they felt their way of life was threatened. This challenged the idea of a united country and set the stage for conflict. Nationalism was also on the rise. Southerners developed a strong identity tied to slavery and states' rights. Meanwhile, Northerners focused on keeping the Union together. These opposing views made compromise nearly impossible and increased the chances of war. Abolitionism grew in the North, with activists pushing to end slavery completely. Actions like John Brown's raid on Harper's Ferry alarmed the South and made tensions even sharper. Many Southerners saw abolitionists as threats to their society and economy, which made peaceful solutions harder. Finally, the election of Abraham Lincoln in 1860 was the last straw. Lincoln opposed the expansion of slavery and was seen as a threat by Southern states. His victory convinced many Southerners that their interests could no longer be protected within the Union. They responded by forming the Confederacy and were soon followed. So, the Civil War was caused by a mix of many events that seemed separate at first. Economic differences, political failures, rising nationalism, abolitionist actions, and the fight over slavery all intertwined. These factors created a volatile environment where disunion turned into armed conflict.